Hi, I'm Jim Pomager, editor with RF Globalnet. I'm here at IMS 2013 with Tom Raschko, the general chair of the event. Tom, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us.
No problem.
So if you had to pick a theme for this year's IMS, what would it be?
Good question. I think I'd pick engagement. And the reason for that, and it's really hard to put it all in one word, the reason for that is because our entire purpose this year is to try and get people to engage as much as possible. This week represents an incredible opportunity to teach, to learn, to meet people, to network, to find a mentor or protege, and that's what we want people to do. And I would so much like it if everybody that's here in attendance just maximizes their effort to get as much as they possibly can out of this conference. And then our mission is complete.
Very good. So what will be unique about this year's IMS compared to past year's events?
There's a lot that's unique this year. We wanted to make sure that we had a tremendous amount of Northwest influence in this. And so we've engaged Northwest companies for things such as plenary talks, closing session talks. We have something that we've added. It was actually an event that's occurred in the Northwest every year for the last 10 years. It was created by the local IEEE section, and it's called Wireless Industry Day. We have so much wireless in this geography with a great deal of people. Some are in the MTT society, some are in other societies, and we wanted to involve those people. So we co-located Wireless Industry Day with IMS. And they actually will be located in the building across the street, and they have invited, I think it's 6 speakers, incredible people to come in and talk about various topics related to wireless. And so the intent being that people from T-Mobile, AT&T, Clearwire, Microsoft will all join us. And these are people that wouldn't ordinarily come to an IMS. So that's one unique thing that we're doing.
Cool. How about personally speaking, what aspect of this year's show has you most excited or enthusiastic if you had to point your finger on one thing?
I would go back to the first question that you asked me, actually. I'm particularly excited about making this an optimal event for the people that come here. And the steering committee that we have is, I think they're extremely motivated to ensure that everybody who comes here has a good experience. Everybody's engaged. And if we see anybody that looks like they're lost, or somebody that looks like they're wondering where something is, we're going to take care of them.
How about looking at the industry at large? What if you had to kind of isolate one or more trends or issues that you see in the industry that are particularly important or are a matter of concern, what would they be, and what will this year's program, how will they address that?
You know, I think if you walked up to any individual in this symposium, you'd get a different answer to that question. So mine will be different from somebody else's. Especially since I just mentioned wireless. Actually, what I think is driving our industry in a large part, and more than likely you know far more about this than I do from your position, but wireless and the requirement for bandwidth, the smartphone usage of data and such has just driven I'll go back to the word bandwidth requirements and basically data throughput requirements for phones in a big way. And that's driven industry tremendously.
Yeah. And so what elements of this year's program will kind of hit on that topic?
Well, we have the Wireless Industry Day again. And in addition to that, though, we have actually had to create 2 tracks for wireless topics in the technical content. So it's grown, and it's a big topic. And actually, there's several tracks that will fit into the wireless category, so there's quite a bit.
Great. In closing, for the folks back home who couldn't make it out to Seattle for this year's event, if you could communicate one thing to them, what would it be?
Well, there will be a lot of content on IEEE TV, so log in and take a look. There will also be, I believe the technical papers will all be online. So most of the information will be available to people that couldn't make it here.
At IMS2013.org.
Correct.
Great. Well, Tom, thanks again for taking the time. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
Not a problem.
Hope you have a great show.
All right.